Hello everybody, I am here today for the first day of the 100-day project. I don't know how many of them I will actually record, but today I thought I would start out and kind of tell you what I'm doing. My hashtag, and I'll put it in the description, is 100 Days of Watercolor Obsessions. And I chose that because I don't know what my subject matter is going to be. I didn't want to stick with flowers or birds or landscapes or anything. I wanted to have the freedom to actually do whatever was, of interest to me at that point in time. So I'm going to go through some of the supplies I'm going to use for today. And I may be using watercolor. Sometimes I may be using other things, but I mean, as though they were watercolor, like golden high flow water that would just kind of water down and function sort of like watercolor. So anyway, what I'm going to do today is I'm using this Fabriano, Acquarello, I'm not sure if I pronounce that right, watercolor paper. It's 100% cotton. And what I'm using is actually cold press. So my thought, as I've done watercolor for many years now, is the most important thing that you can choose is your paper. And this happens to be my favorite. There are some other brands that are that other artists like, that you can choose as well, but choose a high quality paper as you improve, and I think you'll see a better results with that. Okay, so that's my paper. I put it down on this clipboard. I put it on a clipboard so I can move it around, and also I taped it down so that it wouldn't buckle as much. And what I'm using is this artist tape. It's not painter's tape. It's not well, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, it's the artist tape, which is the best thing, and it doesn't stick as bad. Although sometimes you'll find that it will stick to your paper and tear it up and pull the fibers off. And so masking tape, that's what I was trying to think of. It will pull the fibers. But if you heat it with a heat gun as you're taking it off, it will not tear your paper. Okay, so this is artist tape. That's what I use. I'm going to use the Schmincke. They're already in the palette here, and these are the colors that are in this set. It is a set that I've not used before because they're all tube, and there's not a place to put pans down. So, but for what I'm going to do today, tube watercolor is really kind of better. So it's got a yellow. And it really doesn't look like red to me, but it's vermilion, and it's green and blue and Siena and a Payne's gray. So that's what I've got in this set. And they're, like I said, they're all over there. I have added a few extras. I don't know, this is really, it's difficult to get clothes back up, so I'm just going to sit it over there. Okay, I've also got some opera pink, which is that beautiful pink right there. I've got some Quinacridone pink, which is that darker pink there. And I have some green gold, which is right over here. And these are all Winsor Newton, which I bought this set of Schmincke because somebody told me it was their favorite. And I have to say, so far, it's not my favorite, but I think it's going to be good. I'm not going to complain. I don't know what I'm doing here. There. Nope, still not. Forget it. Okay, so I'm going to set these aside. I've been watching this artist on YouTube, and I will put her name in the description. I can't pronounce it because she's Polish, and she makes marks on her watercolor flower. She does some flower and fruits and things like that. She puts marks with using a toothpick. So I don't know if you've ever shopped for toothpicks, but you cannot buy a few. You have to buy a whole bunch, which makes sense if you're going to use it as you would normally use a toothpick. But I knew I had some, and I couldn't find them, and so I ordered some bamboo toothpicks from Amazon. It came in a set of 300 toothpicks, and as soon as I ordered those, I found the ones that I had before. So anyway, I have an abundance. I've got like 400 or 500 toothpicks, and the thing about it is you don't use just a toothpick for one painting. I mean, you can use a toothpick for a long, long time. Anyway, so that's what I'm gonna be using today for some of my marks. And I think she uses it with watercolor, and I may do some of that today. But I've got some permanent ink out here. This is Noodler black ink, and this is Lexington gray, I believe is what it's called. But I'm going to be using the black today. Okay, so I've got some Princeton brushes. Okay, first is paper, second is quality of watercolor, and third to me is your brushes. And people, will find their favorites, and I'm going to use this. It is a number, oh dear, a number 10. I'm going to use that. I've also got out here, which I may use something, but this is also a Princeton, but I can't make out the number. This is a 4, and this is a 6, I believe. Yes, a 6. So I've got a 10, 4, 10, 6, 4, and then whatever this one is, which is more of a detail brush, like maybe a 2 or something. Okay, so like I said, I got it on this clipboard so that it will not warp as badly. So I'm going to use this number 10 brush, and I don't normally do watercolor on camera, so just forgive me. I'm not greatly comfortable with it, but at any rate, we're going to give it a shot. Okay, so I've got water in my cup over here, and I'm going to start out with, I may start with this Vermillion, and I'm going to do just kind of a loose flower here. If you've seen my Instagram posts, I've been doing a number of these flowers and fruit, and I've done some landscapes too that are, it's all stuff that I've not really done before, but it's been fun. Okay, so I've got 3 shades of reddish sort of colors. Now and I'm going to take a toothpick, and I'm just going to make some marks with the wet watercolor that's on here. And we're going to try this Payne's gray here and see how that does. That's pretty good. And it's just, making marks that give depth and line work to your watercolor. Okay, I'm gonna switch over to this green here. I need some more water on that, so let's try this. may go quiet on you for a while. Like I said, I don't normally do watercolor on camera. I need to next time get a cup of water that's closer to me here. And now I'm gonna switch to a slightly smaller brush and pick up some of this green for the leaves. It's been a while since I have recorded anything. I believe it was Christmas Eve was the last time I did a recording, so forgive me for my rustiness here. Okay, I'm gonna pick up the toothpick again, and this time I think I'm gonna use some ink. This is looking brown. I may have brown in that other well. Put the top on this one and try this gray. I'm pretty sure this one's gray. I thought the other one was brown, but it's not. I mean, it was black, but it's not. And there's not much. I mean, it's gray, but there's not much difference in this and the black. I hope you'll think about doing the 100-day project. You can do something that's really daunting, like something that's going to take a bunch of time. But you can also do something that like 10 or 15 minutes of something, and it doesn't have to be painting. It can be drawing. It can be a photograph. It can be just about anything. And anyway, so I hope you'll think about maybe doing it, and you can go to the 100dayproject.org and sign up, and that's just for their newsletter. You can do it without getting in touch with them or anything, but at least watch what is out there. Okay, so I think, let me see. Let me put a little more dark on here. Get a little more water. And if you don't do 100 days, do whatever you can do. Or at least, check it out. Check out what other artists are doing. I'm going to blot up some of this paint to give a little more depth to it. I put down a clean sheet of paper as my underpaper, but it won't stay clean for long, probably. I hope you're all enjoying whatever season you're in. It's winter here, and the wind has been blowing. If you may be able to hear it. It's blowing so hard, whistling. And I think I'm going to do a few splatters with this pink. Okay, I'm starting to fiddle, so I think I will stop. Okay, so this is day 1 of my 100-day project, and like I said, I don't know how many days I'm actually going to record, but this is day 1, and I'll be back at some point at least. I intend to do them all. I just don't know if I'll be recording every day. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.